Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. How are you doing today? I hope that you are well. I hope that things are good for you. I hope that you are having a great rest of your day, whatever is left in it. Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So let me see. Let me get in here and just do a little bit of work here on the back end. But yeah, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in and let's sit and talk together. All right, let's see. Let's see. Brother Clarence was here. Empress Kia, Andrea. Okay. And Akelia Cook is here and she asks, how do you know what your rising horoscopes are? Like if you are a Taurus, how do you know what your rising sun and moon horoscopes are? And I may not be saying it correctly. Please forgive me. Okay, no, you're just fine, darling. You need to have, in order to calculate a chart, you need to have your date of birth, you need to have the location, so city, state, and country, and you need to know the time of birth. Okay, the time of birth for the most accuracy, that way that your rising sign will be calculated, your moon sign will be correct, and all of the houses will be correct. Without a birth time, you'll just have general information without house placement and without rising information, and the moon sign may be off a sign or two. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah. So let's get into it. Kola Boof. And Kola Boof is someone that has, I don't want to say inserted herself into the conversation, but has inserted herself into the conversation. If I am not mistaken, if I recall correctly, Kola Boof has been the person to state that allegedly Diddy was having Kim Porter lick a tampon. I had never heard such a thing. I've never heard of this person before, have not encountered this person or their body of work before, but this Kola Booth has inserted herself into this conversation, right? There has been a lot of talk about this person, who this person is, looking into her background, looking into her credentials, whatnot, and so forth. So, since there's a lot of conversation around Kola Booth, let's look into this person's astrological energies, because there have been plenty of conversations, with regard to, um, and none of us really knows this person personally, but I've seen a lot of online conversation recently, online conversation from years ago. If you look around on the internet saying that this person's story does not add up, that this person is making things up, and oh boy, this person speaks in a way that is very crude, that is very sexual. This person alleges that some things happen to them, illicit, nefarious, sexual contact, things of that nature, right? So, who is Kola Booth? Again, I don't know Kola Booth, but since we have Kola Booth's birth date, we can look into her astrological energies. Now, I do not have the time of birth for Kola Booth, so we are not going to be looking at houses, right? We're not going to be looking at houses. There will be no house placements. We'll just be looking into what the planets were doing when this person was born. So if you're interested in, finding out more, keep watching and do me a favor if you can. Um, Please give me a support, a like, um, share this video if at the end you find it informational. And let me get into it. So I'm just going to bring in this chart and then we are going to go from there. Hey, Flora. All right. So let me share my screen and share, bring in the chart. All right. So, as you can see, we have this person's information. I did a quick look online. This person, it said that they were born, and they stated themselves that they were born on March 3rd. So the date is correct. There were some sources saying that this person was born in 72. Um, but given the person's age, I believe a birth date of around 69 is more accurate. So, um, this person's birth date is March 3rd, 1969. Again, we do not have a birth time. So when it is unknown, one puts in 12 o'clock noon, and this person was born in Omdurman, Sudan. Okay. So let's let's kind of get into it. Again, we don't have any houses, so I am not sure about that ascendant. I'm not even looking at the ascendant. But we're just going to look into some things, especially the personal planets. But first, let's look at the organization of this chart. We can see that a lot of what's happening in this chart is swinging from up to down, up to down. This is a seesaw chart, right? And when we have a seesaw chart, a lot of the energies and a lot of the way that a person behaves, does things, thinks, speaks, acts, um, it's it's polarizing. It's on a seesaw. It's up, it's down, it's back, it's forth. Okay. So we have this seesaw thing going on, right? Right. We can definitely see that. And if we're looking at the aspects, right? We kind of see there's an X going on there. There's some opposition there. There are a couple of squares going on. There's some trines and there is a sextile, right? But we're going to get into things. Um, and the first thing that, we can take a look at is the sun, right? I don't know what house the sun is in because I don't have the correct time of birth for this person, but the sun is in Pisces, right? So the sun energetically is watery. The sun energetically is in mid Pisces. So, energetically speaking, these are, the traits of someone that there is, I don't want to say an air of mystery there, but there is some shadow, some hidden energy there, right? Sun is in Pisces. Pisces, if you're in the northern hemisphere, that is still in the season of winter. So we have that kind of cloudiness going on, right, right, right. A little bit of cloudiness going on, but okay, that's fine. Now, if we go down to the bottom of the chart, we see that the moon is in Virgo. So the sun, being that it's masculine, is in Pisces. The moon is feminine, and the moon is here in Virgo. Now, moon is not domicile or anything like that. Moon is not in detriment. Moon is not in fall, but the moon is in a feminine sign, being that Virgo is a feminine sign, it's a feminine earth sign. So that's okay. Now, let me say this, depending on the time of day that this person was born, there is a possibility that this person is a Leo moon. There's a possibility that this person is a Leo moon in the late stages of Leo, but right now I'm going to go with what I have, which is Virgo moon. Okay, now, being that the sun is the masculine, the outward, the moon is the inner, the feminine, we have moon emotions of a person that really, 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 whether they want to admit it or not, they are seeking stability. They are seeking emotional stability. Okay. They want structured emotional support that is stable, that is long lasting, right? Whether they admit it or not. Inside, this person has this conversation about wanting just that longevity that comes with the emotions, that comes with potential partnership, even though this is really not um quote unquote where the romance is going to come through, but still the moon does have that energy, right? It's very mutable, But with this moon here in Virgo, this is the wanting of the stability, it's long lasting, a partnership that has a good foundation, a partnership that is built and structured well. Okay. Now, the moon we see there in Virgo, we see the sun there in Pisces. One of the things that really um, interested me or made me go, when I looked at this person's chart was Mars. And we can see Mars on the right side. Mars is at 2 degrees of Sagittarius, right? Um, Mars is a personal planet, right? Mars is a personal planet along with Mercury and Venus. But Mars, this is where we're starting to see some of the, I don't want to say problems or issues, but Mars is fire because that's Aries, right? And then we have Mars here in a fire sign. So we have fire on top of fire. Now, Mars is raw. Okay. Mars is also self. Mars is ego. When we're talking about Mars, this is sex. This is power. This is assertion. This is also conflict. Okay. And we have Mars sitting here in Sagittarius, with Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter. This is the expansion of all of that. So what do you get when you have raw power that's assertive, that has a basis in sex, that wants power, and that's fine with conflict? When you have all of that expanding, this is the potential for trouble. This is the potential for trouble. Um, because when you're adding more fire to the fire, um, it can really be bad. And when I say bad, like this can be uncontrollable. Okay. This can be very uncontrollable. Now, make no mistake about it. If we were to examine uh, Kola Boof's tweets, Kola Boof's videos, there's a theme, there's a current of the focus of sex, the focus of some of the things that Kola Boof says is crude. A lot of what she says is very crude. It's very, it's debauchery. It's crude. It's it's raunchy, right? This is the beginning of where that it's coming from, okay? And the thing about it is, there's a she tries to impart a philosophical nature to the things that she says, especially, speaking about um trying to speak about female genital mutilation, when she speaks about um again, just checking some of her tweets when she talks about the racism, when she talks about relationship issues as it pertains to men, especially like Black men, Black women, throwing the racism in there as it pertains to relationships. All of that trying to speak, theory, philosophy, but it usually comes off as crude. It comes off as raunchy. It comes off sometimes, as disgusting, depending on who you're talking to, right? This is where this is coming from because Jupiter, right, has that base of philosophy, of religion, of higher learning, all of the things that someone, let's say, who wants to start a movement would have, who wants to be known as a guru would have. All of that is coming from Jupiter, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, right? So the things that Kola Booth says, thinking that Kola Booth is spitting knowledge, thinking that quote unquote she ate, thinking that what she's saying makes sense and is based in fact, but really just saying anything, and it's very crude, it's coming off as crude. This is where this is coming from with this Jupiter ruling Sagittarius and Mars sitting in Sagittarius. Um, she really tries to come off as smart, as learned, as educated, but again, at the base of it, it's sex. It's sex, and if it's not sex, it's associated with sex. Conversations about, taking someone's husband or sleeping with someone's husband, or, they have the best, um, her words, not mine, the tightest coochie, and, things like that. This is where that's coming from. But because her Mars is a Sagittarius, she thinks that she is saying something worth its weight. She thinks that she is saying something that um has power, that is foundational, that's based in knowledge or statistics or intelligence. Okay. Um, and with that Jupiter, right? That Jupiter energy from the Sagittarius, this person has no boundaries. This person has no boundaries. We're talking about Kola Boof, Donna. This person has no boundaries. This person has no boundaries. And I think we can see that. If this person has no boundaries, if there are no boundaries, you can definitely go off the deep end. So that's that's one thing right there. So um looking across the chart, if we look in the upper left quadrant of the chart, we will see that another personal planet, Venus, is there in fire. Venus is there in the fiery sign of Aries. Okay. I'm not going to say that this is a problem, but Venus is not happy here. Venus is not happy here. Okay, this is not a happy Venus. Venus will be very happy in Pisces because Venus is exalted in Pisces. Venus will be happy in Taurus. Venus will be happy in Libra. In anything but the fire. Anything but the fire. So this Venus, Venus is not in a happy place. Okay, Venus is actually in detriment. Venus is in exile in Aries. Um, yeah. Why is this a problem? Now, I'm not saying that this placement is a problem on its own, but just overall, with the overall condition of the chart, um, this 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 is a problem because Venus in Aries is going to always be chasing, always going to be chasing, always going to be chasing. Venus being fueled by Aries, which is Mars. So going back to the Mars energy, going back to the rawness, the crudeness, the sexual power, um, the sexual desire, right? This is a problem for Venus because all of the good things that Venus could be has been corrupted, has been tainted by Mars. Okay. This is a person, or, in this placement, this is, it's just more sex. It's more sex, more sex, more sex. Um, Venus is usually happy as it pertains to acquiring material things. Um, this Venus is going to be sex crazed. This Venus is going to be sex crazed, and it's not good at all. So we have Mars running away with everything in Jupiter, and then we have, Venus, fire on top of fire. So we already have these two personal planets in this fire, right? This is also very, very, this Venus is a masculine Venus. This Venus is a masculine Venus, and not only is this Venus masculine, this Venus, um, because they are chasing and forever on this quest to chase and attain things that they're probably not going to get, they don't have any problem trying to seduce or tempt to get what it is that they want. Okay. They don't have any problem with doing that. Shameless is a word that can come to mind. Um, just being wild, doing whatever. This is the energy of someone that would probably have sex in public, right? Um, doing anything to try and attract, doing anything to try and be attained, doing anything to try and be loved, doing anything, saying anything for attention, right? But it comes off as very, very sexual because, again, going back to the moon is a Virgo moon. Virgo, inside, she wants stability. Inside, she wants a strong foundational relationship or connection with other people, but she doesn't have that. Okay. And because she doesn't have that, because she really doesn't have quote unquote friends, right? That close relationship with people, chasing down um attention in any way that they can get it, even though it's not the for them, any attention is good attention. Okay. Any attention is good attention, even if it's crude, even if it's immoral, even if it's based in debauchery, even if it is based in sex. Okay. Even if it's based in sex. So in a relationship, the relationship is going to be sexual. It's going to be a purely sexual relationship. It's not going to be a relationship about, as far as romantic relationships go, romantic relationships are just going to be about sex. They're going to be about sex. The dirtier, the nastier, the better. Um, that's what's going on. The intimacies of what a good loving relationship could be is not going to be there. Not with this Venus and Aries. Not with this Venus and Aries. Okay. So far we have Mars and Sagittarius, Jupiter, expansion energy of the power, the lust, the obsession, the sex, the ego. We have Venus in Aries. Venus is in exile here in Aries. All the good things about Venus are going out the window. Venus is now on sexual slash a whole slut walk. Okay, because any attention is good attention. Okay. So we have this going on. One of the things that I wanted to with Venus sitting right there, right? And again, it's going to be hard to build these relationships and have stable relationships because Venus is conjunct Saturn, but Saturn is not doing good in Aries. Okay, not doing good, not doing too good in Aries. Okay. Um, so with this Venus conjunct Saturn, and this is an exact conjunction of 22 degrees, okay, and this is saying that you should at this point you should know better, but they won't do better, okay, and they won't. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's hard for this person to build relationships. It's hard for this person to build relationships, okay. There's a lot of rush to get into relationships, a lot of things not working out, in and out with this person, with that person. It's hard. It's hard for them to build relationships. Very, very hard. So, Saturn, being the bigger planet, with so much more influence over the Venus, the personal planet, yeah, that's hard. That's hard right there. That is very, very, very hard. Okay, and again, looking at the chart, this is the energy is up and down, it's back and forth. It's not balanced, it's not stable. This is pretty, it's seesaw energetics. It's almost like um when someone that is manic has highs and lows, it's back and forth like that. It's back and forth like that. So, yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Empress Kia says her energy is all over the place. Yeah, it is. It is. So, you know, um, yeah, some definite, I don't want to say hard aspects, but this chart is giving masculine. Okay. This chart is giving masculine because we have two very personal planets and they're sitting there in masculine signs. So this chart is giving very, very masculine. The only real quote unquote feminine placements that we have is down here in Virgo, and that's really just the moon, and then Pluto is down there. Yeah, we got, it's Libra down here too, but those are long standing, those are generational planets. Baby, personally, th- this is very, very masculine energy, and I think that we see that um from Kola Boof. We see the masculine, it's very upfront in your face when it comes to Kola Boof. It's very upfront in your face. Okay, let me check really quick and see what's going on in the chat. Hey Tequila. Hey Sanders. Oh, don't worry about that, boo. We're all here. Donna says, "Who the hell is happy to be sleeping with someone else's man? That's not even funny." Yeah, yeah. That is the crude. Um that's the crude debauchery, sex, disgusting parts um of some masculine energy. All masculine energy is not gross and disgusting, but just hearing the conversations about, her pussy this, dick that, I don't even want to say it because it's mindless, crude, disgusting banter. That's my opinion of it. But yeah, it's giving masculine. It's giving masculine. Um, it's giving masculine. So okay. Now, another thing about this person is that Cola's, it's not here on the chart. Um, but you know what? Let me add it into the chart really quickly. Um, Let me take the chart down and let me add it in. Let me add it in. Let me add it in. Cola has a very interesting black Lilith placement. And I think that's, I'm not going to say part of the problem, but adding all of this up, adding all of it together, um yeah, it's it's not good. So if we look down at, if you kind of look like right in here, you'll see this little black little moon right here. Okay. This is Black Lilith. This is an asteroid, right? And when we're talking about Black Lilith, um it's a fictional point. Sorry, it's not an asteroid. It's a fictional point. I was looking at the other asteroids. Um it's a focal point, right? And this is representative of, going back to biblical stories of Lilith, the Garden of Eve, Adam and Eve, things like that. So that's where this energy is coming from. And we've all heard the stories that Lilith was quote unquote rebellious, would not bow down, or would not take direction from Adam and left, right? Now, this Black Lilith is in Gemini, and baby, all of this adding up, this is um this is, I don't want to say trickster energy, but it's trickster energy. It's energy of all this shit don't add up. It's energy of ambiguity. It's energy of this is messy. And this is, that it's a little bit of liar energy. There's some liar energy right there. Okay? This is liar energy. This is trickster energy. This is the energy of you not keeping up with your lies, This is the energy of you said one thing 2 years ago and now you're saying something else. But we went back and looked at the original receipts that you said was true and you lying. This is where this comes from. This is where this comes from. So this Lilith being in Gemini, with Gemini being ruled by Mercury. So this is all of the, everything you say, we don't believe you. Um, because you're probably lying and you've been caught in lies numerous times, right? So, for example, with this person saying that they were a sex slave in sexual slavery to Osama bin Laden, but we caught you in a lie, or what appears to be a lie before that, saying that you were his mistress, right? A mistress is not a sex slave. A mistress is a mistress. A mistress is a willing participant in such activities. So, things like that. This is where this is coming from. This is where this is coming from. And again, with so much sexual energy, right? So much sexual energy with Mars, with Venus, where they are. This is where this is coming from. This is where this is coming from. Okay, so saying some of anything, yeah, that sounds like lies and stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's exactly what that is. Donna says, "Oh yeah, that girl, I erased her from my memory because she's such a lie." Yeah, this is the person that was saying that Kim Porter was forced to lick the tampon. Like the stories that comes out of this person's mouth, the information that comes out of this person's mouth, saying that they were the head ghost writer of daytime soap television. What was it, Days of Our Lives? Is if I recall correctly, head ghostwriter, baby, you can't be a head ghostwriter and be and giving your credit for writing. And then saying, head ghostwriter, it was really just one episode. So the information is not stable. It's literally not making it up as they go along, but taking a little bit of what could possibly be true and heavily embellishing on it. That's this Black Lilith in Gemini. That is this Black Lilith in Gemini. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, very colorful imagination. And getting to this imagination, let's look at the top of the chart. The Mercury is in Aquarius. Okay, Mercury is in Aquarius. Now, Mercury is your thought process. Um, Mercury is how you think, Mercury is how you write. And with the Black Lilith in a sign ruled by Mercury, okay, Gemini. And then you have Mercury here in an air sign that is very, very fluid, with Aquarius having these tendencies of being very original, being very unique, being very creative. Okay, Aries is a storyteller. Aries is all not Aries. Aquarius is a storyteller. Aquarius is also the energy of I'm going to do what I like. Okay, I'm going to be a bit strange, right? And what I do, I want to be the unique yellow butterfly slash unicorn that's walking up the street that no one has ever seen before. Yeah. With this Mercury in this Aquarius that wants to be unique, that wants to be outstanding, that wants to say things and do things that no one else has. This is definitely influencing this Black Lilith moon in Gemini. Okay, because Mercury rules Gemini, right? And then you have Mercury here in Aquarius, which Aquarius sometimes can be thought of to be a little ambiguous. Okay, so a little ambiguity. But then again, we have Black Lilith moon in Gemini, another masculine sign. So again, a lot of this chart is giving masculine. Giving masculine. I have no doubt in my mind that with this Mercury up there in Aquarius, it's fueling the I have a story that no one else has. I have information that no one else has. Yes, this is where all of the quote unquote people that she claims she had relationships and friendships with, Whitney Houston, Osama bin Laden, Andre Leon Talley, like Kim Porter, all these people are passed on. No one can check these wild stories. No one can verify with these people if this is true, if this person really knew them, because they're all dead. So, what perfect way to insert yourself in something and claim these things, and the information cannot be checked or verified because these people are dead? This is where this is coming from. This is where this is coming from. And because again, this person, this Mars in Sagittarius, I know I have been talking about with Mars and Sagittarius, there's a lot of fire there, the expansion of, the debauchery, the sexual power and prowess. With Jupiter, there is the with Jupiter, there's the want to be prolific just overall. Okay. So wanting to have their hand in everything, because notice this person was a writer, this person was a model, this person was this person was that. All this person out here trying to be every woman. This is the Jupiter wanting to have a hand in anything, in everything. Okay, anything and everything. Um, I'm not going to say that this person has mental issues, but this is so much ego and so much wanting to be seen and so much masculine ego driven energies. There isn't too much femininity there at all. There's not too much femininity there at all. So I know that there have been, questions about, uh, there was a conversation that was had, at our good sisters channel, I'll say this nicely. Those of us who can spot things, see what's not being said, see what's not being addressed, right? Mhm. Mhm. Um Now, another thing that I saw in this chart that was, I'm not going to say concerning, but another thing in this chart that was kind of concerning was the Neptune is in Scorpio. We have the planets, and that's on the right side of the chart. You see what looks like a little blue green trident. Neptune, okay, is the planet of mystery. Neptune is going to be going into those deep, dark depths. Okay. Neptune is also the planet of confusion. Neptune is the planet of confusion. It just is what it is. Confusion and mystery, but a lot of times confusion. And then Neptune is sitting there in Scorpio. Now, Neptune is a generational planet. Okay. Neptune is a generational planet, but with everything else going on in this chart, this Neptune in Scorpio, this is secrets. This is secrets. There is creative potential there, but this is secrets. This is secrets, right? Um, and then this Neptune is also square this moon. This Neptune is also square this moon. So being that the moon, right? If we think of the sun as ruling the day and the moon ruling the night, then we have Neptune, the planet of confusion, in a struggle, an argument, a fight with the lord of the night, which is the moon, right? The mystery. Um, this is we're in the land of Delulu. This is the land of Delulu. Okay, this is the land of Delulu. Um, yeah, this is the land of Delulu, and quite possibly this is the land of um maybe someone that needs a mental health check, someone that, is probably prone to delusions, um, unrealistic thought processes, unrealistic desires. This is confusion, this is chaos, um, darkness, illusion, um, fighting with darkness and illusion. Okay, so again, even though Neptune is a generational planet, just like Pluto, just like Saturn, um, this is, the energy is there. The energy is there. Um, and then you have Jupiter is conjunct Uranus, right? Um, we see them down there, Uranus at 2 degrees, Jupiter is at 3 degrees. Yeah, Jupiter is fueling the chaos that comes out of Uranus. Okay. And not only fueling the chaos that comes out of Uranus, but it's expressed in an ideal, intellectual, verbal way because Libra is air sign. Okay. Even though Libra is ruled by Venus, it's still an air sign. So there's some mercurial aspects that come in to that, right? So this is more expansion of chaos. This is more expansion of the chaos. Okay. Um, it's yeah. This is the ambition to get some of anything done because don't forget, like Mars is very ambitious. Because Aries, being ruled by Mars, Aries is a cardinal sign. Aries starts things, jump things off, but baby, a lot of times people can't finish it. But yeah, this Jupiter Uranus conjunction, this is more expansion of chaos. It's unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. It could be something good. Could be something bad. But this is just it's just more it's just more confusion. Um it's just more confusion. And adding on top of that, add, like I said, add all this up together. And I will say this. I will say that this chart is not giving me a headache like it did with silly side chicken Sonia, but this chart's energy is it's hard, it's forceful, right? It's hard and forceful. Okay. Because there's just so much masculine energy in this chart. It's hard, it's forceful, and I keep coming back to the word crude because it is. And I think that we see that in a lot of the conversations that this person has. Again, doing some of anything for attention. The book with exposed breasts on the front. Okay, doing it for the shock value because they want some attention because they're hard at building relationships and they really, really want to be loved, but it's probably never going to happen. So again, um, any type of attention um is good for this person. Um, which is it's sad. It's sad. I will say that this person does have some placements that they share with Sonia, side chick and Sonia. And the one that stood out to me the most was the Black Lilith Moon, because silly Sonia, silly chicken Sonia, has Black Moon and Lilith too. So this is the lies we see The lies. We see the lies. We see being caught in the lies. And just the same as silly side chicken Sonia, Sonia wants to be loved. Sonia wants to be picked as well. Um, I don't want to say that Cola has pick me energy, but it's a lot of look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me energy. The difference is that Cola Booth does not have the basis or the astrological foundation to potentially be powerful, whereas Sonia did. Sonia's natal energy, she could really be quote unquote Olivia Pope if she would stop all the goddamn lying and being treacherous um, and participating in criminal activity. Cola Booth doesn't have that. Cola Booth just wants to be seen and wants to be loved, and unfortunately is caught in the energetics of debauchery and sex and doesn't know how to come out of it. So, yeah, it's really it's really really interesting. Really really interesting. So I was not looking at the chat. Let me come on over to the chat and see what's going on here. Takayla says just cray cray. Yeah, there the cray cray is there. Authentically, Erica says spot on nutcase. Yes. There's some nutcase energetics there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey 504, hey boo. No, 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 no. No, right. This person's no, you're not weird, baby. You're not weird. This person's energetic. I mean, it's just their energetics. It's just, their planets at their time of birth. Again, if I would have had a birth time, we would have been able to calculate houses, rising sign, and go deeper into things like zodiacal releases, but I do not have this person's time, just the birth date. So, hey, Sleepy P. Yes, yes. The delusion is all over. Delusion is all over. Delusion and lies. It's there. It's there. 504. 504, you a miss. Hey, Tequila. Yeah. So, this is yes, yes. This is exactly it. This is exactly it. 504. 504 says so he belongs over there with the infamous water buffalo and slutty Sonia. Yes, yes. Energetically, yeah, just be lying. Just be lying. Just be lying. Hey girl, how you doing? Yeah, just be lying. Just be lying. So, energetically, like I said, it's not some of the worst I've seen, but this person lives in the land of Delulu. This person um is a sexual pick me. This person craves and wants a stable relationship that they can build on, a stable romantic relationship. This person wants to be loved, but this person energetically they're going to have a very very hard time having or finding or building a loving relationship. It's all going to reduce down to sex with this person. Sex is the only thing that this person knows. So sex is the only thing that they can weaponize and use, right? Because notice that Cola Booth did not say that Kim Porter had, was forced to, it just went straight to the aligned sexual nature of a tampon. Even though ladies, we use tampons for, the reason that it was intended for, right? But notice she went to it was like a power play. And this person was, very not excited, but very happy to tell the world that they knew this information. Like, this is based in it's just it's what the fuck. It's debauchery, it's crude, and it's disgusting. But sex is all this person knows. This person does not know love. This person probably will never know love. All they know how to do is be a pick me. and sexuality, um, sexual intercourse, being extremely hypersexual. This is the only way that they know how to get attention. Uh, this is the only way that they know how to get attention, right? This is the only way they know how to get attention. Again, they don't want to rule the world. They don't want to be quote unquote important like how Sonya wants to be important. But this is it's just crude sexual debauchery here. Um, crude sexual debauchery. Yeah, 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 sexual, yeah. Um, and it's very sad. It's very sad to see someone trapped and stunted in this. But this person, now let me say this. This person does not have to be like this. This person does not have to be like this. But again, this is the only thing that they know. This is the only thing that they know. And because they don't know love, all they know is sex. All that's coming out of them is sex, especially from a very masculine point. Because again, women who are women, for the most part, we don't talk like that. Um, the thought process is around, is this person, when they said that they themselves were intersex. Okay, this is, and again, even with them stating that they're intersex, we can kind of see that in the seesaw application, the seesaw configuration of this chart. Intersex, the back and forth, the male and the female. But even though this person presents themselves as female, says they are female, I don't know, I'm not in their underwear, I'm not in their genetics. Um, we can see the masculine energy very, very, very easy. We see the masculine energy very, very easy because women don't talk crude like that. Um, Women that do talk crude like that, um, just gonna keep it real. Some of the um, female rappers and stuff like that, um, it's it's the crudeness and the rawness needed to get the respect, quote unquote, from their audience, which includes men, right? So this is the masculine presenting. It's out there. It's full facing. For we can all see it, even though there is claim of dominant feminine energy. We all know what we're looking at. We are not dumb. So, um, yeah, this is Kola Boof. Kola Boof. Um, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And again, just because someone has this energy going on, it doesn't mean that they have to enact on it. We're all adults. We can choose how we want to be. We can choose better behaviors. We can choose how we want to interact with other people in our life. We can choose how we want to present ourselves to the world. So just because, like me, like my Mars is an Aries. So but I don't go around fighting everything and everyone, right? I don't I don't allow such energy to take over my life. I'm in control, right? So yeah, saying all that to say, yes, natal energies are there, but we don't have to be that. We can choose to do better. We can choose to be better. We don't have to quote unquote let any of this rule us. So I say that to say, Cola doesn't have to lie and make stuff up and just talk about sex and penises and dicks and pussies all the time. Cola doesn't have to do that, but Cola chooses to do that because that's the only way they can get attention. So that was a lot. Mm-hmm. Right. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. And this is why, because this person is very, very aligned, male energy. No, one is going to rule. You're not going to be both. You are not going to be both. Um, you're not going to be both. You're going to be one and other. But like I said, we can see that, like I said, in the seesaw nature of the chart because we really only have two planets here, um, kind of off to the side. Most of the energy is at top and here. Another thing that I wanted to kind of really look at is I see a lot, well, not a lot, but there is some energy um on that Aries Libra axis. So yeah, that's Venus and Mars just fighting back and forth, fighting back and forth. So I thought that was very interesting too. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting too. So yeah, that's Kola Boof. And you know, I don't know Kola Boof, but Kola, we see what you're saying, and with your own information that you put out, we see the lies. Um, we see the fake victimhood. We see it. Um, but that's Kola Boof. Um, energy of confusion, masculine sexual energy of confusion. So yeah, very, very weird. Very weird. So with that being said, I'm gonna let you all go. I'm gonna let you all go. And I want to say thanks for being here with me as we went over this chart. If there is someone else whose chart you would like for me to analyze, you have to send me their birth date as well as the time of birth, and I need the location. So a birth date isn't going to cut it. I need birthday, month, year, location, and time. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let you all go. 504. But you're not wrong. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We all see it. Those of us with the brain, we can see it. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna end it on 504's note. 504, I love you, boo. This is Kola Boo. So, like I said, let me know if there's someone else that you want me to look into astrologically. And we can get it cracking. We can get it cracking. So I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.